Okay, hello everybody out there in Facebook world. My name is Stephanie Padger, as you already know because you are here on my Facebook page, and today we are continuing our Breaking Free series with episode 2 with the lovely and talented Sarah Helland. Sarah, I'm so excited to be interviewing you today, and let's see, I'm going to back up my camera just a little bit so we can hopefully see me and you a little bit better. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it because I really want you guys to hear everything that Sarah has to share. So basically, the way I met, first let me tell you why I'm interviewing Sarah via an iPad. This is because Sarah actually lives in the beautiful state of Hawaii. I know everybody who's local to me in Chicagoland right now is super jealous. I know, I'm really jealous too. So that's why we're actually doing our interview via technology sources today, which is really exciting. Oh, Katie, that's okay. Thank you so much, girl. Thanks for being on live. So that's why we're doing this via technology today, because she's actually located in Hawaii. So if we have any technological difficulties or anything like that, please bear with us. We will try to get it figured out, and you know, if it gets crazy, we'll let you know. But so far we've been testing it. I think we're good. So like I said, my name is Stephanie Padger. And my mission is to bring you any information I feel helps you find joy, create freedom, and live with passion in your life. I met Sarah about 2 months ago through a very serendipitous turn of events. I was actually invited to a yoga class that she was teaching. I wasn't supposed to go. I got invited the night before. It was actually something I kind of had to cram into my day, and I was so glad I did because we totally hit it off, and now I get to bring her wonderful story to you. So Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
Tuning in. My name is Sarah Helland. Like Stephanie said, I live here on Maui in Hawaii. I am a licensed massage therapist, a registered yoga instructor, and a certified reiki master. I started my own business called Chrysalis Body and Soul a year ago here in Hawaii, and since then it has grown so much in this past year, and I'm so excited about all of it. I'm excited to see where it goes, and just happy where it has already gone.
That's awesome. Well, Sarah, so like you said, you, out of actually a really significant life event, a completely transforming event, was how you developed Chrysalis in the first place. So when we spoke on the phone, you told me about it, but can you please share with everybody listening what the event was and then how it kind of manifested into what is now Chrysalis?
Sure. So a while back, I went through a terrible divorce. It was a really ugly situation all around. I was going through a hard time with it, and I was going to counseling, therapy, and during that time, I realized that the deep healing and transformation that I was looking for was going to have to come from within. So I dove deeper into my yoga practice. I was introduced to meditation, Reiki, and I used those modalities religiously every single day throughout the whole process. And in the end, I rose above the situation, and I came out of it like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. That's exactly how I felt with it all, and that was the inspiration behind my business and the name Chrysalis. Chrysalis is defined as the entire process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. So, again, that's what inspired me. I'm extremely passionate about it. It healed me and completely changed my life. And just recognizing the gifts, the powerful healing gifts that I have, I'm just so excited to use those gifts to help others find that deep healing and transformation that they may be looking for.
Well, I think that's absolutely fantastic. And so I think, when I heard the name for your business, chrysalis, which like you said, is the cocoon that the butterfly breaks out of after they go through their transformation. I mean, really, you couldn't have picked a better name. It exactly fits your situation, your company, your mission, all of that stuff. So personally, I think it's so beautiful that you used something that was actually a very painful experience to, you used it as an opportunity to grow. You used it as a time to, instead of look at the outside world around you and the person that hurt you and say, why did this happen to me? You took it as a time to look inside and find ways within yourself, like you said, to heal yourself. So can you tell us a little bit more? Most people who are watching probably are at least somewhat familiar with yoga, but can you tell us a little bit about yoga and how you specifically feel it's helped you to heal? And then also, for those people who don't know, if you could tell us a little bit about Reiki energy healing as well.
Sure. So, like I said, I dove deeper into my yoga practice during that time. Yoga is the union of body, mind, and soul. In my classes, I teach a lot about breath work. I feel like breath is really important when you're doing yoga. It just helps the body to calm down, and it also helps you to release those heavy emotions and feelings, or trauma maybe even, that you're holding on to, that your body is holding on to. So, when during a yoga class, it gets to be sort of a meditative practice actually as well. And so once you really get concentrated into it, it can be a really healing practice. And Reiki, I use Reiki as well. Reiki is energy body work. Essentially, it is the universal life force energy, or God's energy, whatever you want to call it, is channeled through the giver onto the receiver to heal that person on all levels of their being. And it works with their energy field, their aura, right down to the soul. It's not necessarily muscle manipulation. It's strictly energy. And that too helps the body release any of those heavy energies, negative energies that are coded to you, heavy emotions, trauma, anything that is basically in the way of your soul living the life that it's supposed to live here on this earth. And so it's extremely healing, extremely powerful, and both modalities are magnificent.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. And actually, I've been learning more. I've been getting more into yoga. Scott says, feel the power. That's right, feel the power. I've been getting more into yoga myself, but I actually, for the first time, just recently had kind of a breath work and energy healing experience. And I have to say, it was completely transformative. It was amazing to feel the effects immediately after the session, but then the really cool thing was the positive effects kind of continued even days later. I was still experiencing, positive outcomes from this experience. So if for anybody who is interested in learning more about it, obviously we will point you in Sarah's direction after we're done with the interview today. But, you can also even just look up your own information on the power of yoga and breath healing and Reiki, and you'll find some really exciting information for any kind of transformation that you're looking to go through. So, okay, so like I mentioned earlier in the interview, you are in Hawaii. I'm here in Chicago, which is why we're doing this interview via iPad. But you are originally from, I think you said Ohio, is that correct?
Actually, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about when you moved from Wisconsin to Hawaii, why you ended up making that choice, and how it's been for you to live, so many miles away, but in paradise, from friends and family and all that stuff.
Yeah. Sure. So, well, I came out here to do massage training. It's Hawaiian Lomi Lomi massage. It's an ancient healing technique that the Hawaiians use. And I came out to do that training, and my plan was to stay for 6 months and kind of travel around and, check out the islands and things like that. And I ended up just falling in love with Hawaii, which is so easy to do.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But I decided to stay. I I just couldn't pack my bags, and you know, my life opened up for it at the time, and I just took it. I walked through the door, and I'm still here. It's been almost 5 years, and it's really amazing.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next, because that's so exciting, but your family's obviously in Wisconsin and stuff like that, so how's that been?
Yeah, so it's really hard, of course, to be away from family. You know, I miss them every single day. I come home to visit. When I come home, I stay for a long period of time. Usually it's around a month. So I'm fortunate enough to have a job that allows me to do so. I'm very grateful for that. But, you know, being here is, you know, I really have kind of grown into my own, you know, being away from my family as well. I'm seeing that, and I'm grateful for that too.
That's awesome. My husband Scott said, way to take the leap. So he thinks that's pretty awesome that you were able to be brave and do that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So so can you just tell me one more thing I'm wondering about your move to Hawaii? What do you think it was? Because so many people, I think, are interested in doing something like that. Maybe they feel that another place kind of might be calling them, but they feel a little too stuck in fear to kind of make the actual move, like both literally and figuratively, to a new place. So what do you think it was? Was there anything in particular that kind of helped you get over the fear of making such a huge change and just going for it?
Honestly, like, you know, knowing me and how I was, you know, afraid too, but it all actually was really serendipitous for me to come here at that time. It was a matter of 2 weeks. I got the notification for the training, and I decided to do it. I'm like, why not? I'm just going to do it. Mm-hmm. And it was 2 weeks that I had to plan to, like, come out here for 6 months and everything like that. So it happened really fast. And I just, you know, at that time I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And it's just a matter of, you know, giving yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone, like let go of that fear. The fear is just standing in the way of an amazing life, you know, that is waiting for you out there. And it's just really, you got to just do it. Like, honestly, it's just a matter of doing it.
You know what, I completely agree with you, and I just want to point out a couple things that you said. First of all, whenever we're making a choice that's based in fear, I would have to say that's always going to lead you the wrong way, right? If you are not making choices that are based in your joy and in your passion and what your intuition is telling you, then you're automatically going the wrong way, right? So any big change is going to be scary, but I think another thing you said too was that you did this really quickly, and your situation kind of pushed you to do it quickly. But also, I think that sometimes there's something to be said for not taking too much time to act on your decision, you know, kind of like making yourself do it quickly, because then you don't have as much time to let fears creep in. Does that kind of sound true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're stuck in fear, it just completely takes over you, your mind, your feelings, and you just get stuck. Like, oh, I can't do it because, you know, I've got this going on, or oh, I can't do it because I don't, you know, have the money, or I can't do it because, oh, what about my job, you know, whatever. And it's like, you know, that you only live once, really, and it's
YOLO.
It's all about, you know, listening to that intuition, that nudge, like following that nudge, you know, recognizing what doors are opening for you, what new opportunities are coming your way. And, you know, it's just about letting go of that fear. It's almost like free falling, and it can be scary, but it's amazing when you land.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, seriously. So for anybody who's thinking about doing something like this or making a radical change, Sarah is your girl to talk to, because she has done it and she's been through it, and here she is alive and well to tell you that it was one of the best choices of her life. So that is so awesome to hear about. Yeah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about yoga. We talked a little bit about Reiki, which is the energy healing that you not only have done for yourself, but you actually now practice for other people. Can you tell me, there's a third component, and maybe you could touch on it a little bit when we spoke on the phone. You told me a little bit about essential oils, which I know is something that I'm, you know, vaguely familiar with. I don't know a lot about it, but can you kind of tell people what they are and like why they might be interested in them?
yet to find a reason that essential oils will not benefit you. I love essential oils. I use them in all my work. I use them in my yoga classes, and I have my diffuser going, every day, and just use them in my daily life. I cook with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, from what I've heard from essential oils too, there's so many different uses, from emotional and psychological uses to even, physical uses, physical health benefits, which is really, really cool. So if you want to know more about essential oils, particularly, Sarah is a wealth of information. So again, at the end of the interview, we're going to give you her contact info so you can learn a little bit more about that as well. So can I ask you this question? It's kind of general, but what is most important to you in your life right now?
What is?
Yeah, like what's going on in your life right now that is the most important to you?
Probably my business, chrysalis, body and soul. I put a lot of time and energy into it. It's like I said, it's continuing to grow, and I'm really excited of where it's headed. I'm planning more workshops and classes for this upcoming winter. I just got done with a yoga tour this fall, and
I was there.
Yeah, we plan more tours and retreats worldwide, and I would have to say that's where a lot of my focus is right now. Yeah, it's on my business.
Okay, that's awesome. And I know from talking to you how passionate you are about chrysalis and how much you want it to grow, not only because it's your business and it's your passion, but because it truly can change people's lives. If they get involved in what you're doing and the healing modalities that you have practiced, it can absolutely transform their lives. So just tell me a little bit about, for anybody who's watching that might potentially be interested in starting their own business one day. Maybe they have an idea, they have a passion, and they're thinking about maybe taking that leap and becoming an entrepreneur. Can you kind of speak to that journey for you, like kind of how it started? Has it felt really good, or have you had moments where it was scary, or just talk a little bit about that?
Oh, sure. So actually, it's been really exciting and very adventurous, I would have to say.
Yeah.
Starting, your own business. It's a little scary. I never in a million years would have thought that I would have my own business. And last year, again, I had this intuitive guidance to start it, and I just followed that, and here I am today, and it's, with a successful business, and it's continuing to grow. And again, it's just going back to that, letting go of that fear, just having that confidence and trusting that the guidance that you're getting to do something, to start your own business, is true, it's there, and it's going to have your back no matter what. I learned a lot of things along the way. It's really important to stay organized, have patience with it. You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to go wrong. You're going to make the wrong decisions here and there, but you know what? It's all a learning process, and it's all about staying positive in those situations and having that patience. And also keeping the passion. It's really important to keep the passion that you have for your business, whatever you want to do. That's why you're starting a business for, is because you're extremely passionate about it. And it's important to keep that, because that's what's going to keep it alive and what's going to, help it continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you said a couple really important things. First of all, like you mentioned, several times throughout this interview with you, you followed your intuition. And I don't think anybody watching could ever say, man, that one time I followed my gut, it was so wrong. You know what I mean? That so rarely happens. Your gut and your intuition is there for a reason. It's usually right. So it's best to follow it. And the other thing that you said too is that no matter how passionate you are about something, there will always be fear that starts to kind of get in the way and cloud your vision. That will always happen when you're doing something important, right? Because it's scary to step out of your comfort zone and try these new things. But when you believe and listen to your intuition, and when you do things like what you're doing and different things I do, like meditation and constantly subscribing to positive messages, and basically just kind of creating this, not a bad wall, but a really good wall of protection around yourself and around your emotions and all that stuff, it actually, when you do that daily, it really helps you break through the fear. Wouldn't you say?
absolutely. Like, definitely, taking time for yourself every single day to just ground yourself, clear your energy, and, whether it be with essential oils or, I oftentimes use sage too, just to clear your energy. Take those deep breaths. All you have to do is take 3 deep breaths, which is like not even a minute out of your time, to just ground yourself and clear and recenter yourself and just, stay focused and positive. And it's an amazing journey. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Right, and that's really worthwhile too. I totally agree with you, and I think that absolutely is the perfect answer. So one question I'm going to ask you, and you might have already touched on it a little bit, but I think people watching want to know specifically, when somebody tends to be successful and they're experiencing a lot more joy and passion in their life and they're feeling like they're on the right path, one thing that a lot of successful mentors that I follow have said is that the secret sauce is in the daily routine that you maintain. So the things that you do daily, like for myself, for example, I listen to positive and motivational types of audios every single day. Now, how do I do that? Sometimes I listen in the car, sometimes I listen while I'm washing dishes, whatever the case might be, but I'm constantly doing something like that. So what are maybe a couple things that you do daily, and kind of maybe when do you do them, morning, afternoon, or evening, that you feel just kind of revitalize you and help keep you on track?
So I use my essential oils every single day for everything. Like I said, they're always at my side, in my purse, whatever. I always have them, for grounding or clarity or happiness, whatever I need them for. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. I also, I definitely take time, throughout the day, any time of the day, no specific time, but just take time for myself, mm-hmm. do one thing that fills my soul. So whether it be, just laying down, closing my eyes, maybe I want to read a book for a little bit, or jump in the ocean, whatever that is, sit in the sunlight, whatever. I just take a little bit of time for myself every day. And then again, I definitely keep my energy clean. Doing this work, I work with a lot of people, and, I tend to pick up energy. So I just, keep my energy field nice and clean.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's good. Okay, so those are great practices. I think, along with what Sarah has kind of talked about, what I would suggest for you, like Sarah said, take time for yourself, whether that's listening to something, reading something, just taking some time to breathe and shut your eyes, doing just a few minutes of yoga. These small things, these small activities really do add up to really huge results. So I think that's an awesome answer. So Sarah, just kind of more generally, I was wondering, what do you feel like you're most grateful for right now?
Everything that has happened thus far. I mean, again, my business, I keep going back to my business, but really it's a big part of my life right now, and I'm just so grateful for, listening to that intuition and allowing myself to be guided to do this. And just, I'm so grateful for where it has come and where it's going, and like I said, it continues to grow, and I'm so grateful for it every single day.
That's awesome. And you know what? I think that is actually, it's kind of a really beautiful answer, because at least I have found, and I feel like a lot of others have found, when your passion can become your career, when it becomes what you do every day, then you never work a day in your life, right? And then not only do you feel like you're not working, but you're actually creating this beautiful life for yourself, but you're able to truly live joyfully and with purpose every single day, which I think is just like what everybody really is looking for. So that is truly just awesome. So Sarah, is there, unless there's any other closing things that you'd love to tell us about Chrysalis or what you do, I would actually love to take this time, now that we've really gotten to learn a lot about you and your company, to find out how can people connect with you. So since you're kind of far away from where I am locally, I want to know how people can connect with you who are actually in Hawaii and in your area. And then also I would love to know how people can connect with you online. So people who are maybe far from you, like me, can still be involved in what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a website that you can follow, chrysalisbodyandsoul.com. I'm also on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Chrysalis Body and Soul. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Here locally, I teach classes. My yoga classes are at Montage, Kapalua Bay in Maui. And I also do alcohol massage. So if you're visiting Maui, give me a call. All my contact information is on my website or my Facebook page. And I come right to you, to your home or vacation rental. And just follow me on my website and Facebook for upcoming classes and workshops, retreats, and yoga tours that you can be a part of when I'm in your area.
Okay, that sounds great. So guys, just to remind you, so you caught that, make sure you caught that. It's chrysalisbodyandsoul.com. You can also find her on Facebook by searching Chrysalis Body and Soul, and I'm sure on Instagram and Twitter using that handle, Chrysalis Body and Soul. And like Sarah said, even though she's not local here, full time to Chicagoland, or in the 48 contiguous states, we'll say, she recently, how I met her, was on that yoga tour. So if you know someone, or you are someone who would be looking for somebody to come host a workshop or a class, maybe do some energy healing work with you or a group, Sarah is looking to schedule another yoga tour, or maybe even, who knows, maybe an energy healing tour, which would be so cool, sometime in the near future with Chrysalis. So definitely make sure that you keep in contact with her, follow her on social media, and get involved in what she's doing, because I can tell you, her yoga class was literally the best yoga class I've ever been to. It's fantastic. Well, Sarah, it's been such a pleasure having you on this interview today. I am so grateful that we were able to connect and that people were able to learn more about your business and what you do, how it's transformed your life, and how these practices can truly transform someone's life, coming maybe even from the darkest place that they never thought they would be in to a place of complete transformation, love, and maybe even a total new sense of purpose. So thank you so much. I honor you for sharing your gifts with us. That is just amazing. And for anybody who didn't get to catch this interview live, please feel free to go ahead and share it on your Facebook pages. The replay will be on my page, Stephanie Padger. I also will be saving the recording and uploading it to YouTube and a couple different places. And also, you are more than welcome to go to my brand new website, stephaniepadger.com, where I will be posting a blog post that will be basically a summary of our interview and ways that you can get in touch with Sarah. So again, go to stephaniepadger.com for more interview information. Please go to chrysalisbodyandsoul.com to learn more about Sarah and what she does. And thank you guys so much for being on. We love and appreciate you.
Thank you. Mahalo.
All right, bye. Oh, I'm losing Sarah. Bye.